Hello, and welcome to The Relevance of Now with William Linville. My name is Michael Connell. I'm here with William. Hey, William.
Hi, Michael. How's it going, buddy?
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
I am doing great.
The topic we're going to address today on this podcast is marrying, listening, and thinking. In July, we talked a lot about feeling and thinking. This is a follow on diving deeper into the concept of listening and comparing, contrasting, and understanding how we may be going through life if we're thinking, overthinking, or if we're listening. And William, my experience with you in never preparing for a podcast, never preparing for an event, never really doing any preparation is that your existence on this planet is listening.
Yes.
And what are you listening to?
I'm listening to my higher levels and my entourage, my guidance levels. That's why at the beginning, you'll see me say at times, okay, got it, guys, thanks. Or I'll signal, got it, thanks. It's because I'm constantly in communion and connection with them.
When we look at that on a higher level basis, on a frequency basis, do you feel it? Do you hear it in words? What is your experience of the information coming in?
If I hear it, I see it, and I feel it.
That's a higher level of awareness compared to the way I would be listening at the moment. And how would you compare that to thinking?
I would say I use my mind. My mind at that point, it translates the data and the information. So I'm using it as a tool, as a friend, to where it's translating the data information that's being presented for me. But it's not running over here, over there, over there, over here. It's specifically translating the data and information being presented. So it's not grasping at trying to figure something out. It's more receptive to what's being presented.
I wanted to use an example, more of a real life example for myself, which when I can think back, look back, and even yesterday, there's a lot of times where I'm presented with things to do. Uh, I might get a phone call, people asking me questions, emails, and I might notice that I'm doing a lot of thinking in doing my answering. Is that thinking based on mostly the past?
Some on the past and some based in the knowledge and information that you have right there before you.
And so, how could I shift that to a state of listening?
By looking at the information in front of you, taking a nice, slow, deep breath, and starting to go with what's being presented in front of you and what's being presented from you, and trusting what you're getting.
And how will it feel?
You'll feel open, you'll feel expanded. Your solar plexus will be open, your heart will be open. You'll feel clear and expansive.
So, if I'm having stressful thoughts or feeling a little tense or any other emotions, then would I know that I'm thinking
Yes,
and using the past or projections of the future are influencing or are directing my thoughts?
yes. And trying to get it right.
I'm trying to, right. And I was noticing the other day when I was listening to Jennifer, my wife, that she was sharing something that was going on for her. I noticed that when I was just truly listening, I had the experience where I felt like I knew more.
Exactly.
And
That's
what was
listening with your heart and your knowing.
When someone speaks to you, you hear their words, but what's really going on behind the scenes?
I mean, presented with their words, but I'm also being presented with what's going on, where they're coming from, what's really behind their words, and what's going on within them, as well as
Right.
the situation in which they're engaged with.
So with the intelligence that is encoded into consciousness, you're accessing that intelligence and your mind is interpreting it or deciphering it or
Yes, translating it.
translating it. And that's what I was noticing when I was really truly listening to Jennifer, that I could share back with her what she was saying and ask her some other questions that I was hearing. When I was listening, I was hearing that there was something more for her to share,
Yes,
deeper, a little bit deeper. And so I was reflecting for this podcast how it's the same thing with our own inner world,
yes,
that if we have an email to respond to, if we have a decision on a house to make, um, my mind easily can go a lot of directions. But the real intelligence would be if I was in the relevance of now, if I wanted to access a higher level of intelligence for me, you're sharing that I would just take a moment, put it all out in front of me, let's say, and take a deep breath, fall into the stillness so that I could listen to what I call it my answers, you know, what would I call it? What am I listening to?
your clarity and your knowingness.
So at a higher level, there's a knowingness. If there were two houses to buy, there's a knowingness of which one
Yes,
in that moment, just in that, right in that moment.
exactly.
And the importance of listening to myself gives me the opportunity to access that knowingness that my past thoughts or any of my judgments or misperceptions of what's in my highest and best good can't decipher.
Exactly.
And this is a real benefit of knowing about this intelligence, this higher self, these higher frequencies of ourselves. And we always have to practice to get good at something.
And
So it
it's,
might feel awkward at first, but
yeah, and exploring it.
and that with each exploration, even small explorations of what do I want to have for dinner tonight?
Well,
You could do
exactly.
it with anything in your day-to-day life. Um, and exploring the experience of being in your presence and stillness.
Exactly.
I've had more ability lately to take a moment, and if I'm walking up the stairs or going into the kitchen, is being in that stillness, because if I don't consciously practice it, the
Uh-huh.
default is thinking.
Exactly.
What would you say when there's times when our mind is just really racing and we're having trouble getting into that stillness?
It's where you close your eyes, you focus your eyes towards your third eye, and you take a few deep breaths in through your nose, all the way down into your solar plexus, your diaphragm. Just feeling the air coming in, hold, and then exhaling out through your mouth to inhale for the count of 12 or as high as you can go. hold for the same number, then exhale for the same number, just welcoming in your higher levels to take command. So you start to feel into your heart. If you like, even putting your hands on your heart. Right now, you're getting the mind out of the way and you're giving it a job to do, which is counting. And you're getting it out of the way of you and your knowing. And you're starting to feel your presence more and more and more. And starting to feel deeper and deeper into your presence. Feeling your presence in your heart, then throughout your whole chest, throughout your whole stomach, throughout the whole torso, throughout your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet, your neck, your head. Welcoming your presence to come forward more and more and more. And how does that feel, Michael?
Feels vibrant and still.
Exactly. So it asks the body's vibrational frequencies to increase from 797,000 megahertz to 858,000 megahertz per second. To 954,000 megahertz per second. To 997,000 megahertz per second. Where you can feel the cells speeding up and speeding up and speeding up. Where you can feel the speed in which the cells are vibrating. And feeling your presence right there within yourself, in your body. Where the thinker is totally put to the side. And how's that feel right now, Michael?
Feels vibrant and feels that this is the state of consciousness that I can be accessing my higher levels of awareness and be clear on making decisions.
Absolutely.
And that just took a couple minutes.
Exactly.
And in my experience, this is an exercise. There, of course, are other breathing exercises that can get us to the same place so people can experiment with what works for them. And it's allowing what I heard you say is the stillness to come in, the thoughts to step away. We were putting our attention on the counting as well as, feeling our heart. So our mind got to do something.
Uh-huh. And getting
And
it
then,
out of the way.
and then at some point it was out of the way.
Exactly. And
and
it's working for you at that point.
and then we can be in a place of if we had to go into a big meeting, we can practice breathing and staying in that state of awareness.
Absolutely.
And over time, we'll be in that state more and more and more through what I'll call practice.
Exactly. Until it becomes your new normal.
There's the opportunity then that we are going through larger and larger portions of our day where we're feeling pretty vibrant and clear. There's a lot of clarity. when I tune into that, it's like, oh, what a relief that would be.
Exactly. Exactly, bud.
Is there something else you'd like to share about listening to ourselves? Of course, listening to others, but listening to ourselves and marrying that with thinking.
Well, I would say following how you feel. Like if your solar plexus is tight, then you know something's off. So you take a breath, you go into your solar plexus, ask yourself, okay, what am I doing? Where am I heading? What's going on here that's making my solar plexus tight? What am I doing right now that I'm going against myself? Then taking a breath and realigning yourself until the solar plexus releases and getting back on track with oneself. Whether it be a stream of thoughts, whether it be something you're doing that is not in alignment with yourself, and then just making that simple correction within yourself.
I'm thinking back to if you're having a hard day, just have a hard day and clear out the next day. If there is a big decision to make to be able to change your state of consciousness,
Exactly.
let your higher levels and sleep time take care of clearing things out. And if you're having a hard time, because there are times where our emotions are really gripping us,
Exactly.
and that's okay.
It
We're
is
moving,
okay.
we're moving through that.
And beyond it.
And we're using these tools to move through it. And these tools, which is just practicing listening, it's important to practice listening more to others,
Yes,
truly listening, and expanding that to listening to ourselves
exactly.
and finding the ease, the clarity, and the peace within our own knowingness.
Totally. With ease and grace.
Wonderful, William. Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us. This is The Relevance of Now with William Linville. Please click subscribe. Join us next time, and namaste.
Namaste. Have a blast.